Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mic'd Up Savages. I'm here today with Murph, and we're talking about Trevor Bauer's trolling of the New York Mets. I don't know if you saw his video that he posted on YouTube. That was pretty legendary. About how he pretty much showed the Mets, the Blue Jays, and I think maybe one other team, and then of course the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And he just cycled out throughout the jerseys and was like, and then at the end, it was just the Dodgers. But like it looked like he was going to the Mets the whole video.
Yeah. I mean, that was some pretty good stuff. It was a really good way to hype yourself up, hype up a free agency signing, that kind of stuff. It was awesome. I showed Nick live. I showed him that video right after it broke, and he was like, just so beyond upset. Like,
You were there with him?
yeah. I was there with him. I
I
showed him
love
the
it.
video, and
I
he
love it.
was just so upset. It was awesome, and he was like, he's a sellout.
He's
He's
not a
saying
sellout.
everything in the sun.
He's making his present known on social media. It's a way to boost your character, boost your company. The amount of revenue he probably earned in that day was probably a lot, especially when it like accidentally leaked that he was like giving away a signed Mets hat.
Yeah, that was pretty sus. That one was a little bit much, but like, he came out afterwards with the Dodgers hat, so it was like it wasn't like a set thing. But everyone and their mother, you know how that goes. They blow it up to like insane proportions. Being like, it's a done deal. He's a Met, and it's
Especially
actually
with New York media.
yeah, it's actually crazy that he actually took. Technically, he took less money, right? I think the overall deal is less than what the Mets offered, but the first 2 years are even and then more than what the Mets offered. So in like the first 2 years of his contract, he's going to make $85 million. He's going to break the record this year with 40 mil, and then break it again with 45.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Do you think he's deserving of this type of money? Because it's like there are guys like Garrett Cole where he can go. In my opinion, he's like if this was like the Yankees could give him whatever he wanted and then some and even more, I think he would have been well deserving of this kind of money. But I get he had a very good stretch. He had a great season, but this is like his first great season. You know.
Yeah, if I'm being brutally honest, I think it's Bauer. Like, I don't think any player deserves this much money. I think this is a ridiculous amount of money that you're investing into a single guy.
Me too.
It's like this has nothing to do with Bauer. Like, congratulations, Bauer. You went out and did it. Congratulations to your agent structuring this deal, right? Giving you this deal. But I wouldn't want to pay any player 40, let alone north of 40. I think paying a guy like I think we paid Garrett Cole a lot of money,
Yeah.
like too much money for a player, right? Is he going to be worth it? We'll see. Right now, it seems that way, but we need a ring, right, before the deal is done.
Get us a ring and get us a ring, and then you've kind of earned your at least 1 to 2 years of your deal so far, kind of thing.
Yeah, so I think this is a ridiculous amount of money. Again, I wouldn't want to shell out this kind of dough for a single player, but the Dodgers are going to do what they're going to do, right? They're going to go out and they're going to pay for guys, for stars. And it actually really surprised me. I thought the Dodgers were probably like fourth on the list. Like I thought they were really gonna let the market drop, and I thought they definitely weren't going over 30 mil, let alone 40. So it's ridiculous to me.
They don't care. They do.
Yeah,
Really don't.
they don't, and I think that's awesome. Like they're just like, hey, we won one, but that's not enough, and we're interested in going out and winning some more. And I think they can't do that now with this electric rotation, right? You got Bauer or like Bueller as your number one.
Mm-hmm.
Bauer is your probably two at this point. If you're paying him 40 mil, he's probably your two.
He's got to be your two.
At least. Kershaw your three, Price your fourth, and then Urias as your fifth with a good problem. Now you have May and Gosselin as your sixth and seventh starters.
Yeah, like
they are move set. One of those guys. You probably move one of those guys for another, maybe for a third baseman if you don't get Turner back. So
right,
they're set. They got a good problem to have. If I were them, I probably wouldn't trade them just yet because you never know with Price. I think he's pretty sketchy. But right now, your big three is pretty good. It's probably the best in the league right now. Your big three.
The only sus part about the rotation, I would say, like if you're going like a 7-game series, you could. I think they could go out there every day and throw a different guy each day, and be quite confident in their ability to probably go out and get them a win. besides the rookie Gonsolin, and you don't know how playoff Price is, half the time,
Yeah.
and Price has been injured, so you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know what he would do. But they do have five playoff experienced starters, and
Yeah.
Urias has earned his fifth spot in the rotation after what he did in the playoffs in 2020. Pure dominance, at least from my point of view. But and then it's just like you have Dustin May in your bullpen. Like
Yeah.
if you so choose to keep him in there, like that's a weapon and a half.
Yeah. It's a good problem to have. It's a really good problem to have if you're the LA Dodgers right now. Your pitching depth is pretty insane.
But what is your take on what he did to the New York Mets fans?
I mean, I thought I didn't see anything too bad. I think the hat was a little like sus, right? That was a little sketchy. But other than that, like I got no problems with what he's doing. He's just trying to psych up the free agency, right? And if anything, he was helping the sport generate more fans, generate more eyes, more viewership. So I got no problem with it overall. Um, obviously Met fans are gonna feel a different type of way, right? If it was the Yankees, then how would we be feeling, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I get it to that extent, but yeah, otherwise I don't see anything too egregious with this. It's not like he was like inked to paper and then backed out, right? It was like, kind of playing around the idea.
Mm-hmm. It's just, yeah, like you said, a way to market himself, and again, he got what he like in the broad scheme of numbers deserved because of what he did last season.
Yeah.
But like again, no player really deserves that kind of money besides Mike Trout. But again, different breed.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think he does for the LA Dodgers this year? Does he do well? Does he repeat?
He's
There's
not
really
winning
no
another Cy
competition
Young.
anymore.
He's
Not
not
winning.
winning
Yeah.
another Cy Young. He's not going back to back. I think, if I'm being honest, it's probably going to be DeGrom this year. I think if the season goes another month, I think DeGrom probably wins it.
Mm-hmm.
Last year too. But yeah, he's not winning it again. I think he's going to do well though. I think now he doesn't have to be in the number one with SAP. He doesn't have to go out there like he's probably going to go with that same mentality, right? Like he's the only guy who go out and get you wins right on the rotation. But yeah, I think there's a lot less stress off his shoulders. I know that he's going to be competing for a team. He's going to get that run support. So hopefully he performs well. I think he will. I don't know if he's definitely not going to put up the same numbers he did this year, mind you. I would think at worst mid threes, like a 3.5 would be at worst. I think at best a 2.8 is what I would say.
Nothing under 2.5.
No.
You're playing against the Padres. Manny Machado is technically his father at this point. He's given up so many runs to him. And just the Padres lineup alone can raise your ERA because they're going to be playing them a lot this year due to the whole COVID flight restrictions. From what at least I think is going to happen, it's going to be the same situation, like 162 games or however many, 154, and it's going to be mainly against the coast that you're on, and then they'll occasionally jump into the Midwest for each team. For Justin Turner, though, do you think they re-sign him? And if they don't, can you see them moving Gonsolin or like a May? I don't think they move May, but they move Gonsolin.
Yeah, they probably move Gonsolin over May, but I guess it depends. Like, it depends the asking price at this point for Turner. I don't think it's gonna be that egregious. How old is he? Like 36?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, I would imagine Turner wants to come home, go back to the Dodgers. I wouldn't see why not, especially this edition. If you're ring chasing, this is a pretty good way to do it. Jump back on the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers really need him. That's that veteran presence, that leadership he brings to the dugout, and just being an anchor, being a good role player at third, right, defensively and offensively. And in the playoffs, it was like murderer's row in a sense. You got Mookie, Muncy, Turner, all hitting like 300, and Seager all hitting around 300. So it was pretty good. It's pretty ridiculous. So, yeah, you'd expect him to come back. If not, wouldn't be surprised if they made a run on Chris Bryant from the Cubs in exchange for like Goslin, probably a couple other guys.
Mm-hmm. They're going to have a deadly lineup this year again. They still haven't used Gavin Lux to his full potential. They haven't.
Yeah.
They really haven't even used May to his full potential either. So it's going to be interesting these next few years. They have Keibert Ruiz as their star catching prospect. He could possibly be making his debut this year. So Dodger Town, you're looking very good right now in your chances of a repeat World Series.
Yeah.
Definitely at least an NLCS. Definitely. I don't see
Yeah.
them not making the playoffs, not doing damage, not constantly just being a threat for the next, I don't know, 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro.
But yeah, congratulations, Dodgers. You have bought yourself more playoff appearances. Well, Murph, thank you very much for joining us on another episode of the Mic'd Up Savages. I hope you all have a good week. Later.